All right. Chapter 3, Lesson 1b, it talks about absolute value. And your learning target for today is I know how to find the absolute value of positive and negative numbers. So first, let's go ahead and define what absolute value is. Okay, the absolute value identifies the distance a number is from zero. Okay, and distance can't have a negative value. Just think about it real quick. If we have, if I'm talking about how far I've traveled, I can't say that I went to PA and it took negative 55 miles. No, you can't do that. You can't have a negative distance at all. You may have gone back from Port Angeles, and so that'd be 55 miles back, and so it would be a negative 55 in those terms, but you can't have a negative distance, okay? Because distance can't have a negative value, absolute value will turn any negative number into a positive number, and every positive number into a positive number. Okay, so nothing changes for the positive numbers except we just drop those absolute value bar signs. Okay, and an absolute value bar sign is something like this right here. You'll see it more in a little bit, but it says like the absolute value of 3. Well, that's just going to be 3. Okay, because those absolute value bars will turn anything that's inside of them positive. Okay, every time. Okay, so when solving a problem involving absolute value, first we need to evaluate whatever's inside those bars and then move on to solving. Okay, so let's do a few examples. Okay, so example 1 says to evaluate the expression, we have the absolute value, these bars, of negative 5. And remember, the absolute value bars, what they do is they turn anything inside positive. So negative 5 then becomes 5. So the absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Cool? Cool. Example 2 now says we have the absolute value of negative 4 minus the absolute value of 1. So first thing we need to do is we have to evaluate the absolute value of each value inside each individual bar. Okay, so the absolute value of negative 4 becomes a positive 4. And we're subtracting out the absolute value of 1, which is just 1. So if we take that, now we've rewritten this without the absolute value signs. We've gotten rid of the absolute value signs. And we now have 4 minus 1, which is 3. That's pretty simple, right? It is 3. Okay, let's do one last example. All right, example 3 says Megan's dog gained weight and then lost weight. The number of pounds her dog gained and lost are represented by the equation the absolute value of negative 4 plus the absolute value of 1. How many pounds did Megan's dog gain and lose? This is a lot like the last example, but we first need to write everything individually outside of the absolute value bar. So the absolute value of negative 4 is a positive 4. And then we're adding the absolute value of 1, which is just 1. And so what that means is 4 plus 1 equals 5. That Megan's dog ended up gaining or losing a total of 5 pounds. She fluctuated 5 complete pounds over her whenever they were weighing the dog. Okay, that's how you do absolute value. I hope you have fun with this, and it's pretty simple stuff. Make sure you do the practice problems and enjoy.